Hello, Captain's Log, January 9th, 2022. Now, I'm sure you guys have been wondering where the Captain's Log videos have been properly. I did a couple live action Captain's Log videos, but I really did those because I lost my VTuber. I had to factory reset my computer a couple times over because of some bullshit, and my VTuber ended up getting misplaced because of that. I recently got him back because my ex Taylor was willing to dig through her trash and get him, and I've been wanting to do more of these videos. But the reason why I haven't been doing them, if you can't tell right now, I sound more nasally than usual, it's because I've gotten sick with the flu. Yes, the first time in a while I've gotten really sick with the flu. But I decided you guys need a video. I'm going to try to upload daily or at least once every other day. So, flu or not, I am here and I am going to talk about something Christian related. Today, we're going to be talking about why the Christian prison calls were a giant missed opportunity. Now, when I heard that people were calling Christian in prison, I thought it was going to be like the Bob calls, where people just call in and prank him. I guess some people have a little bit more respect for law enforcement than I expected from them, because as far as I know, we haven't gotten any calls like that yet. But we have gotten a couple calls from prison. It's just sadly there isn't anything too interesting in them. If you guys didn't watch the videos where I bitched about Christian's prison letters, I might do another one soon. The biggest problem with talking to Christian in prison is that there's nothing going on in his life. Christian's not going to tell you if he spent a night with Bubba. Christian's not going to tell you anything terrible that happened. The only thing Christian's going to tell you is that he's a god, and that he's focusing his energy to smite the blasphemous when he finally gets released from his tomb. You'll never get an interesting story from Christian again. He's not in prison working on Sonichu comics. He's not in prison focusing on himself. He's instead just going further into his own delusions. He got a Bible in prison and decided to read that, and when he read it, he said, okay, I'm the main character from this too. So now Christian thinks he's Jesus, and he thinks that Barb is God. Do I really think that he thinks this? No. Christian is a sad, delusional individual. He is playing pretend to try to escape from the misery that is his life. If he can even barely trick himself into thinking he's Jesus, then he thinks that there's a chance of salvation. There's a chance that things won't be bad later on. Christian is playing pretend, and he doesn't actually believe that he's God or Jesus. It's weird that every time Christian goes to a psychiatric evaluation, he passes. He's never found as mentally ill. He's just autistic. If Christian was actually deranged or Christian was actually unstable, we would already know. But back to the topic at hand, that being the prison phone calls. A couple prison phone calls ended up happening, and shock of all shocks, they were utter shit. My big complaint right away is that they're edited. The guy who was recording it decided to cut out his responses, like his questions to Chris. He only left in the parts where Chris answered him. So we don't know the context of what Christian's talking about, and we don't really know what's going on. Problem number 2 is that these phone calls are a lot longer than even that. He has edited down the phone calls to even smaller snippets and was releasing the snippets to tease people. So we're being deprived of content, and we're being deprived of context. These are already two major red flags. Another problem is just what he's using to record. Instead of being a sensible person, he has decided to hold his phone up to a microphone and record the call that way, guerrilla style. This is a terrible idea because we can hear the other cars driving by near his car or near wherever the hell he's at when he's recording these, and all of that noise fucking muddles out Christian. So for barely being able to hear Christian, now we can't hear Christian hardly at all. Here's some advice I'm going to give this guy. Number 1, If you don't want your voice in, you can always edit it. There are apps on devices that let you mask your voice in real time. One of the major ones I would recommend if you're on a computer is Screaming Bee. Now, I don't know how this is going to go over well with the police, but don't question it. There's also free apps that you can use. I think Screaming Bee has a free version and a premium version, but there are apps that you can use. And the reason why I bring up PCs is because I recommend you to use a PC calling app. You don't have to call from your phone anymore. You can call from a computer. There is a service called Text Now or Text Me that lets you call from your computer. You can make your own area code, you can make your own phone number. But if you think that's too sketchy, there's also Google Voice. Google Voice is a legitimate program run by Google that lets you do the exact same thing. And if you mix a voice-changing software with that, no one will know who you are. You get to keep your anonymous status, and we'll actually get to hear the fucking questions that you're asking Christian. And if you want to record that way, I recommend you getting OBS. I record my videos in OBS, so you can tell that it's a decent quality. So mix Screaming Bee or any other voice changer with a good phone service from your computer, like Google Voice and OBS. And then boom, you've got a crystal clear Christian prison call that you can release. Now, will I think that he'll take this advice? No, he's not going to take this advice. The last I heard of the guy, he was crying and bitching on Kiwi Farms because people were upset with him and people were leaking his full audio. So I don't think that he's going to be doing any of this shit. I don't think the caller is going to improve. I don't think that the fucking calls are going to improve. I don't even know if we're going to have any more calls because of this person. This guy had a golden opportunity to ask Christian literally anything and have the full attention of the internet on his side, and he decided to blow it. He decided to blow it by being an egotistical, pompous, arrogant dick. So I'm not even shocked. Over and over and over again, the fucking Chris community has proven to be a giant fucking disappointment. You have one basic thing that you can do, and you fuck it up. You get a chance to actually get an interview with Chris at one of the most important times in his life, and you fuck it up. But I can't even be shocked anymore because these people have proven to be disappointments over and over again. You have people who have the opportunity to write to Christian, and instead of asking Christian important information, they decide to try to get him to switch over to Islam. You get people who can call Christian and get full-on fucking vocal interviews with him, and they decide to waste their time and fucking blackmail the community into worshiping them in order to get a few minutes of shitty audio. I think overall, the only thing that the prison phone calls have proven to me is that people suck. People suck, and they're going to continue to be massive disappointments. So my thing for the future would be, if literally anybody else can get a hold of Christian, take the advice from this video and apply it and get a proper interview from Christian. Either that, or we're just going to have to wait till he's out of jail to ask him these questions, and by then he'll probably already have a retcon telling of what happened in prison. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your new year. I hope you're ready for more videos like this. If you guys liked this video, hit the like button. If you really like it, then share it. And if you want to see more, then subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.